Why did Jesus say, "Let the dead bury their dead"? In the heart of the Gospel of Luke lies a passage often perplexing and thought-provoking, Jesus' command to let the dead bury their own dead. This phrase, seemingly startling, is rich with spiritual meaning and relevance for believers today. What did Jesus mean by these words, and how should they influence our lives? This video delves into the depths of this teaching, offering insights into the priorities of discipleship and spiritual life. The scene unfolds as Jesus travels, calling for dedicated followers to join him in his mission. Among those he encounters is a potential disciple who expresses a desire to follow, but is held back by a need to attend to familial duties, specifically burying his father. In response, Jesus utters, "Let the dead bury their dead, but go thou and preach the kingdom of God." This interaction sets the stage for a profound lesson in understanding the expectations of discipleship. An instinctive reaction to Jesus' response might be a sense of shock or unease, as tending to a family member's burial is universally seen as a sacred duty. Such a duty is ingrained in cultural and religious norms, often seen as the highest expression of familial love and respect. Jesus' directive can initially appear harsh or dismissive when compared to societal standards. To truly grasp Jesus' intent, it's crucial to recognize the metaphorical nature of his statement. On the surface, the directive seems to disregard the act of burial, but a closer examination reveals a deeper spiritual implication. Here, the dead refers not only to those who have physically passed on, but also symbolically to those spiritually unawakened or disconnected from the life Jesus offers. Jesus introduces a dichotomy between spiritual life and earthly existence. Being spiritually dead signifies those who are alive in a physical sense, but are void of spiritual vibrancy or urgency. This message prioritizes the life-giving nature of following Christ, one that rises above mere earthly obligations. By urging the man to let the dead bury their dead, Jesus emphasizes the necessity of immediate and wholehearted commitment to the kingdom of God. The call to follow him is depicted as one that cannot wait for the resolution of worldly matters. Discipleship, as portrayed by Christ, is an urgent invitation to reorient one's life toward divine pursuits. It is essential, however, to understand that Jesus does not wholly dismiss the importance of familial responsibilities. His message is not one of neglect, but rather of prioritization. In urging disciples to focus on proclaiming the kingdom, Jesus asks for a reassessment of life's priorities in light of eternal values. This teaching guides believers to consider the temporal versus the eternal. While earthly obligations possess a certain significance, Jesus points to the unmatched value of spiritual commitments. In a world often fixated on the transient, his words challenge us to contemplate what truly constitutes eternal value. As contemporary believers, we face numerous demands that vie for our attention and often distract from spiritual devotion. Jesus' teaching speaks directly into modern contexts where obligations, though sincere, can lead to the neglect of spiritual growth. The statement serves as a reminder to maintain focus on the advancement of God's kingdom amid life's myriad responsibilities. This teaching invites introspection about personal priorities and spiritual commitments. Jesus calls for a dedication that transcends the temporary concerns of this world, urging us to evaluate what it means to be alive in spirit today. It prompts a self-assessment of our readiness to follow him fully and without reservation. This scriptural exploration challenges each of us to renew and realign our dedication to God's call. By engaging actively in building and sharing the kingdom of God, we adhere to Jesus' clarion call. Let his words echo as an invitation to evaluate our lives, embrace spiritual vitality, and manifest divine priorities over societal expectations. Upon reflecting on why Jesus said, "Let the dead bury their dead," we find an invitation to a deeper understanding of life in God's perspective. Jesus' teaching transcends its historical context to offer timeless guidance for living a spiritually rich life. Confronted by this teaching, believers are called to prioritize spiritual matters, recognizing their eternal impact, and to rise beyond the immediate and temporal, answering the ultimate call of discipleship.